Alrighty. Looks like we are officially alive. So, hello everybody. Neirui here, and welcome back. It's time once more for us to resume the Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds 2, to be precise. Because last time around, we finally finished the Outer Worlds 1 and got started at last with the Outer Worlds 2. And so far, things have been pretty good with the humor and everything getting us started.
New game smells wearing off. Let's just get down to business.
I was doing my intro, Moon Man. You know, just trying to give the folks watching give them a little review as to how we got to where we're at. But yeah. So basically, plan for tonight. Continue exploring around the town, see if there's anything else to find, and then just go exploring in general. Try and get some quests done and see what else we find out and about here. And there's the diagram of those frickin' giant space crabs that we spotted earlier. Okay, so let's review the journal. Okay, so gotta deal with some marauding protectorate drones. And then once those are done with, go to find the bounty terminal in Fairfield. Gotta find some schematics. I mean, crafting more ammo shouldn't be too difficult a task to get taken care of.
Being this close to DeVries feels like we're finally on track to set the universe aright. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Let's start with your
Always
field
happy to
tinkering
tool around
there.
for a bit. What did you have in mind?
Let's see. Ooh, I need a lot of cloth if I want to craft an extra holster for my helmet.
It is interesting to think that you're a holster in your helmet.
Yeah, that is a bit of an odd place to put it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're keeping like one of the string cats, maybe, but you're not, as far as I know.
Oh, that was enough to give me another level up. Which means it's also time for me to review my build, because I did go and make a specific build for this character, so time to review my notes. Because I have certain thresholds I want to meet for certain perks. Okay. Hmm. Well, if you don't mind me, if y'all don't mind me nerding out a bit for my build, basically going all in on sneak and speech, because trying to do the sneaky because it can be very helpful to, especially if I'm a little light on supplies, because unlike with the Outer Worlds one where I had it set where I could auto regen up to full health, I do not have anything like that right now, so my healing supplies are going to be all the more crucial for me to be judicious with them. So being able to avoid being openly shot at when I can is going to be quite beneficial to me, I'd say.
Mhm.
Plus, the higher your sneak, every point of sneak increases the percentage bonus that you get of sneak attack damage, as in addition to reducing how the enemies are able to see you. As far as speech, well, that's twofold. Well, aside from speech checks, there's one perk I am looking to take which adds a percentage of damage that scales off of my speech skill. So if I did the math right, at the maximum speech, which is 20, I'll be getting an additional 50% damage thanks to me having a silver tongue.
Silver tongue dumbass.
Mm-hmm. May not be smart, but got charisma out the wazoo.
Yes.
Yeah, and that going decently into guns because increase the damage I'm doing because I'm doing a gun build. And the last, which is the ones I need the fewest points in, are medical and observation because medical because it helps to be able to be more effective with healing.
Hmm.
And as far as observation goes, I got a few neat little perks planned that call on observation. Let me see. Where's the in my notes is the big one that I really want. Da, 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 da. There it is. Basically a perk that makes it so if there's a conversation option that will reduce my reputation with a faction, it'll let me know that it'll highlight that, and extra bonus of that perk also gives me plus 20% damage to humans.
Ooh.
I think this level I'm going to try and go for medical 3, so both the points in the medical, because at medical 3, I basically get this game's version of what in Fallout would be Rad Child, because you might recall we had learned that there's a substance in here called xyranium, which if you get, you can actually accrue xyranium poisoning, which means it functions very much similarly to rads in Fallout, to where you can get light and heavy as xyranium poisoning. And so something like this is very helpful because no more penalties from light and heavy poisoning. Though if you max out, you're still gonna end up biting it. But you can also drain a little bit of it and when you go on a drug crash after overusing your inhaler. So yeah, take medical up to 3. And we're good. Okay, now to get my bearings back. Around up this way, so... Journal, journal, journal... Which one to focus on? Okay. Let's see, 90 meters that away.
Boy, take this terminal and trash it. That's it. I need a...
Protectorate folks must have been bored out of their skulls before we showed up. Now life in Fairfield's a real shindig. Well, except for the handful of hull heads who couldn't accept this place. We sure fixed them. Point damn right.
Gonna need a bigger storeroom for all these orders. Let me guess. Gun keeps jamming, armor don't quite fit snug as you like. State your division and I'll get you outfitted. Quick and proper, or your next provision's free.
Division? Oh, the army?
We ought to find you a new war bonnet first off. Just a little something to prevent more damage to your slivered upper story. Sure, I have something here. As Chief Replenishment Officer, it's my privileged duty to furnish our brave troops with all of their wartime essentials. You could say I put the ration in liberation. Tell me what you need, and I'll do my ample best to supply you.
Just here to admire the dropships. They're really nice.
Good eye. Though I'd say they're better than nice. Got more armor than a hammerclaw, but better flight handling than the old clunkers we used to stock. If things had turned out differently, it might be someone else standing here, while I'd be off piloting one of those beauties.
What's stopping you from pursuing that dream?
Don't have the aptitude for flight, apparently. But this role suits me fine. I like the upward mobility, in the metaphorical business sense, I mean.
Yeah, with the war on, at least being involved in replenishment means job security.
I like your optimism. That's much of what I tell myself, too. A dream's just a song in the heart, and I'm not getting paid to sing. Knew you'd be back. What do you need this time? As a friendly reminder, all sales are final, especially ammunition.
Let me see here. Reclamation raiment. Let's see. 50% damage, evasion chance, 5% damage resistance. A scrap recycling mod. Whenever you take damage in combat, you have a 5% chance to receive scrap metal or black powder. Chance increases 50% with your engineering skill. And cost cut materials. Plus 30% damage resistance, but 5% damage resistance is lost every time the wearer takes damage, down to no additional bonus. Resets on combat end. Interesting. So basically, you gain extra armor that you lose that replenishes after the end of a battle. Charged machine pistol. Biomass pistol, accelerated bursts, corrosion soak. Biomass pistol silencer. Do I have a biomass pistol already, though? I do not. Got a sentry blade and a shock machine gun. Okay, so silencer, that's 250. 3-round burst, that's 500. And the pistol itself is 230. I do not have enough to get everything, so I may have to come back to pick these things up later. Because the silenced pistol is just the kind of thing I need.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you're doing a build that is, yeah.
Okay, I need to find a key card for the terminal. Okay, so I know the terminal I need is in there, but where would that would that terminal access card be?
Business is always good when a war's on. What do you need this time?
I wonder if I could have a look at your terminal.
Now, there's an odd request. If you've got queries about my stock, I'm sure I can answer them for you. Wait one rapt gone moment. Did Miss Galloway put you up to this?
Why do you ask?
She asked me for terminal access not even a fortnight ago. I'd call it coincidence if it didn't feel so much like conspiracy. I can't for the life of me adduce a reason as to why a greenhouse manager would be interested in military inventory. What kind of plants are we growing in there?
Terrible man-eating ones that'll put the fear of foliage into every protectorate farmer.
All the while, I thought they were growing healthy little comestibles. They were planting the seeds for psychological warfare. Literally. Shows what I know. All right. Ms. Galloway can have access. But only because I believe in not biting the hand that feeds. Or, in this case, grows. Key card to access the terminals, right here on the boxes beside me. Feel free to nab it.
If it were alive, it would have bit me.
Nice.
There we go. That one's done. I have to admit, for all the time I spent playing The Outer Worlds 1, I never would have pegged Anti-Cleos for doing a hostile takeover of Spacer's Choice.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, I don't know about you, but the general reputation I've come to associate with Spacer's Choice, you know, considering that their whole tagline was, "You tried the best, now try the rest." Spacer's Choice. And one of the first things we ever got introduced to with playing The Outer Worlds was a Spacer's Choice pistol. It's now 30% least likely to not misfire.
Ooh.
Yeah, it didn't exactly put in my mind the best kind of impression of Spacer's Choice being that much of a quality product.
Hello again. You get that inventory issue sorted?
Quartermaster's Terminal is one large shipment of Spectrum vodka shorter.
How grand. That officially mops up the last of the mess from the buffoons that came before me. And, as promised, my good fortune is also your good fortune. And while this might be a tad fewer bits than you were hoping for, remember, you've also made allies that you'll find all across Arcadia. Just keep watching for paintings of a stylish yellow rose with a split black circle near the middle. Like the one you passed on your way in. Find that rose, and you find Sub Rosa.
I must have missed that little rose symbol, or not recognized it when I passed it. Oh well. Now, let's see. Okay. And try to see if we can find some credentials that'll get us into that automatic repair center. Yeah, actually, first, let's start by taking that, finding going to that meeting in Spire Grove. Okay, that way.
You know, I'm really starting to feel hopeful about settling here in Fairfield. Why settle? So you can thrive. Or how
Crafting. A light pistol silencer. I got plenty of scrap metal. I need screws and lubricant. How lovely! I'm right back in the same old pit I was in back in Fallout 4 and 76. I need more screws. I think I might swap my Earth Defense pistol for this Speedy Light pistol. Because I'm pretty sure it does a little bit more damage. And this one actually has room for mod slots.
Ew.
Plus, this one already has an advanced magazine, so it's got an increase in magazine capacity and reload speed. Also has a little bit of extra armor pen. And with this,
Nice.
I can give it a silencer. So, silences shots and increases sneak attack damage. Though it does mean it does less base damage, but... Alright. Let me see what my options are, because I can add 10% damage resistance to one piece of armor. Which one do I want to use it for? Because my base Earth Directorate stuff has no mod slots.
Mm.
Let me see. Could pop on the hibernation suit, which would be basically the same suit I started with back in the Outer Worlds 1. It has the highest base armor of what I've currently got. Consider I'm doing a stealth, maybe a light armor might be better, because, you know, less armor, but higher evasion chance, higher combat sprint speed. This one has a, well, if this this mod ends up triggering, I'm kind of in a tight spot as it is, having a 20% chance to ignore incoming attacks while below 50% health. I think I'll put the agent armor. It's... Concern it. Spoiled for choice. Screw it. Put it on the hibernation suit. And as far as the helmet, helmets have different effects. So stick with the agent helmet, which is an extra bit of base health. Energy recharge, toxicity drain, critical chance, critical damage. I think I'll put it in the hibernation helmet because that extra energy recharge rate will allow me to make more use out of the TTD. Okay.
My commanding manager gave me great advice. If you got time to leave, you got time to clean the latrine. Moral of the story?
Eyes open when you pull the trigger. Can't shoot what you can't see. Trainee Lindell, be so kind as to remind us all what the first rule of the range is.
Guns are weapons, not toys.
And do we aim weapons at colleagues or at our own unprotected upper stories, even in jest? Hint, we do not.
If they want to roll the dice with a loaded weapon, I say let them.
Excuse me.
Nothing, just clearing my throat.
I see. That's some frog you have in there. Might employ our good doctor to have a look at that. The soldiers before you are former protectorate subjects, mainly of the farming variety. No knowledge of combat. Scarce experience wielding anything deadlier than a wrench. They are accustomed to being told what to do, when to do it, even how to think. A lifetime of habitual servitude is not broken in a day.
Are you helping the trainees acclimate to their new society?
I'm only responsible for familiarizing them with the weapons they will come to rely on in future. However, having observed them on the range, they fail every hurdle, but keep getting back up. I'd say that speaks to an admirable resilience. Or stupidity. Difficult to say which.
These recruits need to feel inspired. Mind if I have a word with them?
I'm not one to idle in the path of a good faith effort to accelerate education. The faster we can get more soldiers in the field, the better. There's just one problem. I don't know you. So, respectfully, I must ask, what do you feel qualifies you to give instruction to my recruits?
Not to boast, but I can be pretty inspirational.
You do have a certain confidence about you that is presently absent in these recruits. Very well, I'll allow you to speak with them. Don't make me regret this. Attention trainees, guns down. That means you too, Simpson. We have a guest who has a few words to share.
You have something to say to us?
When you hold that gun, remember what you're fighting for.
Wait, I know this one. Low overhead and competitive prices.
Options. I'm not sure which of these to pick. Also, we got a new chatter Evelyn here. Oh, welcome. And stream's still pretty we've been going for a little over half hour already, so can't really say it's just barely gotten started. It just feels like it's barely gotten started.
They all look good. Huh.
That's going well so far, I'd say. I was going to say your newfound freedom, but that works too.
The freedom to buy more goods.
Very good, Lindell. Someone has been reading their welcome materials.
Front to back, sir.
Just remember, aim your sight ahead of where your target's headed.
Precisely. Anticipate, then react. Now, if Auntie's faith in you is not misplaced, then prove it, trainees! Weapons at the ready! And fire! Well done, trainees! Well done! It appears your words have had their intended effect. Oh, thank law. The trainees seem quite taken with you, too. As I suspect they would riot if I let you leave without a reward. Please, Accept this revolver with Auntie's thanks. Plan willing, I will have as much success deploying your wisdom with my next batch of recruits.
Ooh. Ooh, a revolver. Something else that uses short rounds. In addition to the repeating rifle. Let's see, 36 damage versus 4 damage. Oh, I forgot I also have the extra slot there. Oh, an unexpected little bonus. Now, just gotta find the exit to this area.
Yeah, it'd help.
It's gonna go out
Aside
this
from
way.
the stale chow, ubiquitous vibes, contract anxiety, and pervasive dread that haunts Europe might return at any moment.
Might I have a word, Commander?
Yeah, what's up, Niles?
I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. Avoid it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-protectorate, a good man. Tracked him to Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit. Brief one, of course.
The medical option. I get it. Got some burning in a place you don't want to chat with your commander about?
No, I mean, at least not since that time I tried mixing my own detergent, but I'm sure
Jeez.
I had some
Oh my god.
bad years on my own. Now with you here being part of a team, this might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long, maybe.
What happened between you two?
After I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting protectorate tyranny in small ways. Too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, all my directorate talk fired him up even more. I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst. But Zeb, he kept pushing to take more extreme action.
Never would have guessed there was resistance to the protectorate from within.
Resistance is a mite strong. Wasn't like he was part of some greater movement. He avoided speaking out of line, but he was already spinning up discontent by the time we met.
He's lucky to have run to an Earth Directorate agent then.
Not sure he'd see it that way. Not anymore. We worked hard, but the Protectorate's Arbiters and Sentinels worked harder. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Arcadia was still caught under the Protectorate's boot.
You're trying to do the right thing. That's what Earth Directorate agents should do.
Guess some of what you said way back when stuck. All that talk about putting people first. Figured that's what I was doing. Putting a stop to all the pain I was causing. Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb and I couldn't find the rhythm we had before. We were arguing every day. Eventually, cutting ties just seemed for the best. Clean like. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him, till recent.
No time like the present to make up for past mistakes. Let's go see your friend.
Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport's on the east side of the island. I tracked Zeb to somewhere on its outskirts, but never got up the nerve to visit before now. We ought to start there.
I do not have enough engineering to repair this elevator. So this must be that broken funicular.
Interesting.
Map. So I wonder if there's another route up there. Should be at the very least. We'll see what we can find. Ooh. Found a ladder. See, so I'm guessing this whole place is locked off, so if I didn't take that little detour, I would have not been able to find my way in. Oh, there's also a way up from the top. I can't jump high enough to get out that way. So... back down this way.
This unit has observed a significant increase in your levels of physical activity, Agent Ibarra. Helpful reminder. Please make time for rest and recovery.
I'm fine, Val. But I have noticed you experiencing more vocal stutters lately. Reckon we should spend some time together at a workbench soon.
To maintain this unit's superb performance, routine maintenance is highly recommended.
I'll take that as a yes.
Okay, good to know there are multiple paths of ingress into places like this.
Yeah, that's usually nice.
So... let's over this way.
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel just sauntering up onto my porch, free as they please. Admit I'm accustomed to a higher standard of precaution. State your purpose, outsider, or exit yon way you came.
I'm an Earth Directorate agent in pursuit of a wanted fugitive.
Well, that all sounds rather exciting. Like something out of an Aetherwave serial. Which I've watched only for official research purposes, of course. Most in the Protectorate don't know what the Earth Directorate is, you know. Suspect you've received a few blank stares if you've mentioned it afore. Anyhow, you travel freely. I'll forgo appealing to your sense of duty, as those outside the Protectorate lack such motivating principles. I presume you accept payment for services?
Depends on the assignment.
In my role, I compile material providing special insight on other colonies. Items prohibited to others, news logs, serials, and the like. During recent troubles, unsavory elements removed certain items from my old office. Among them, a series which took considerable time to assemble.
Where was your office?
The Ministry of Accuracy, over the hill from here, where I formerly operated before the invasion. It is currently unoccupied by humans least ways. However, that, while unfortunate, remains inapplicable to matters at hand. It appears aforesaid unsavory elements sold the aforementioned materials. They now reside in the hands of indeterminate parties all across the island.
I still don't get what these materials even are, really.
A form of manipulatory ideation disguised as popular entertainment, intended to sway the audience to their point of view, couched within just a crackingly exciting narrative. Tell me, are you familiar with Science Adventures Quarterly, featuring Commander Zane and Buddy and other sensationalistic space stories?
I know Commander Zane and Buddy. Science Adventures Quarterly, not so much.
It was a popular fiction periodical from not long ago. Each of its 10 volumes featured an exhilarating cover illustration depicting Zane and Buddy's thrilling exploits. Whether they faced automechanical industrialists or robber magnates from the Plutocrian kleptocracy, their tales remained invigorating thrill rides.
I'm noticing a distinct personal interest here.
The line represented a growth of the medium from the less sophisticated 2-bit dreadful, both in style and effectiveness. Its remarkable popularity not only mirrored a rise in public sentiment against greedy corporations and tyrannical governments across colonies. The brief window surrounding the volume's release saw a marked increase in skip drone requests for Earth Directorate aid. I believe there remains much to learn from them.
I still can't help thinking this is for your personal collection.
I'll admit Commander Zane and Buddy's exploits make for a sensational read. They saved Carnifeller's brain, for instance. Oh, and Mammon Incorporated, of course, too. So no, I am not immune to their considerable charms, but my interests in recovering them are strictly professional.
Right. Fine, just so I get paid.
Ah, quite right. In fact, delightful. Once you have one of the 10 periodicals in hand, I will trade you for rarities and bits. Safety, amity, and ease be yours.
Protocols ready.
So there's a little thing that's over near this way. Okay, looks like I'm going in the right direction. Arc access credentials.
Seems nowhere on Paradise Island's going untouched by this war.
So, found the Ministry of Accuracy. And, crap, we got Raptidons already. Shit.
Let's shift diplomacy. You like to hit the wrong side of a flare. Come at me.
Status. Susceptible to danger.
Goody! We've got freaking Raptidons in the first major area. At least back in Halcyon, we didn't have to worry about Raptidons until we got to Monarch. Okay, gotta stay on the sneaky for now, because the Raptidons here. A prism repeating rifle, huh? Let's see how that looks. 36 damage. 2 times magnification increases weapon weak spot damage, reduces weapon sway. And also, God knows the nice boost. The silencer on this pistol takes the regular pistol having a stealth bonus multiplier of 170. It takes it all the way up to 420.
Oh, damn, that's a big ass bonus.
I mean, I figure with like a maxed out sneak and going as high as you can into the specific weapon type bonus, you could potentially stack the damage bonuses for a sneak attacks to just levels of stupid.
Lovely backgrounds and all that.
I'll take fighting raps over living in a surveillance state any day of the week.
Okay, that door's open, so let's see if we can take out those little baby rats.
Take him out!
Ooh, that didn't sound good.
Not a bit.
Ain't as tough as you thought. Hey you! Get over here before you get yourself killed. No, you ain't got what I need. And you can't come stumbling around here looking like prey. These raps ain't had a bite to eat since their pods dropped from the look of it. And a desperate rapt is a dangerous rapt.
Yeah, you some kind of hunter?
If the occasion calls for it. But I fancy myself something of a biologist. Or, at least I used to. Me and raptidons, we're well acquainted. I know their patterns, behaviors, attacks. Know what gives them an edge around folk who ain't in possession of that knowledge. Which is why I gotta ask, what are you doing here?
Commander Carr sent me here to find a way into the Ark.
Oh, that's a high-profile target. Huh. If she entrusted that to you, then I reckon we're on the same side. Or something like it. I'm Inez Silung, Auntie's choice. Former combat medic in the Enhanced Soldier Division. Now, menial troubleshooter. Minister Milver Street of Fairfield sent me here to retrieve some information. Not my most exciting assignment, but suppose we can't expect much with the stalemate on this island. I'll admit I was eager for some good hunting around here. My arm, my graft, needs some bolstering. But if the raps here are as weak as this one, it won't help me none.
Don't think I've ever met a grafted soldier before.
If you had, you'd know. Unless you're accustomed to seeing folk roaming around with exposed muscle fibers or stunted extra limbs on their backs.
Not making fun, just conversation.
Sorry. Guess I'm just used to folks staring real hard and then steering clear. I'm considered a liability. My graph's all wrong. Most everyone else who got one passed or became permanently incapacitated. So they shuttered the program. It was a total failure. Everyone in Fairfield reckons my time will come soon too. But I'm still mostly upright. For now.
Yeah, frankly, I can't see why they wouldn't take a chance on you.
As do I. It's business. I just know I can do more for Auntie and for the war. It's just this damn contract. Unless I can amend it so I might fix my graft, proving myself ain't happening anytime soon. Weren't many of us grafted soldiers to begin with. To think I'm one of the lucky ones.
Surely a contract can't stop you from looking after your health.
You looked at the fine print of an employment contract lately? It says any action taken by a worker that could result in impeded work must be approved by the contract holder. Not only would trying to fix my graft impede my work, but it's also financially unviable, unproven, a risky investment. So I'm stuck with a limb that's slowly poisoning me. Could pursue fixing it myself were I out of my contract, but if I attempted to end it, I'd have to waive all employment rights for the next year. That's a non-starter.
If a contract is stopping you, then go independent. How bad could it be?
Let me put it this way. If I was already on the bottom rung, this knocks me clean off and buries me in sand. But I started from nothing before. I could do it again. Maybe.
You've been in this position before?
Ain't easy moving between companies. And I wasn't always with Auntie's choice. But that's a story for another time.
I hope things work out for you. Maybe I'll see you around.
Get the feeling you will. Go on now. There's probably plenty of Protectorate info waiting to be scooped up if you're keen. Just mind the wraps. I got what I came for, so I reckon it's time to see about my contract. Law knows I could use a lucky break.
Just me, or did Inez remind you of Helen? Tough like her. Shame she's with Auntie's choice. Let's wreck him!
Sounds like there's still more rats crawling around.
Let's get him over with!
Notice. Susceptible to danger.
That is definitely a convenient tool to have that can just, when you get a stealth kill, you can just dispose of the bodies just like that.
Yeah, that's always nice in anything when you can just be like, instead of having to drag them, shove them in a locker. Or other such things. See, you may be stupid, but you have yet to meet person who can outsmart Bullet.
Inbound Raptidon.
Take him out!
The commander's vital stats have reached an alarming low.
Thank you, robot from nowhere.
Yeah, I think Valerie might be a candidate to be sticking in party since Valerie's a skill is to heal.
Plus, she seems fun. You know, I swear, those are weird habits. Like, where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get up, grab a snack real quick. I'm always like, or not. This seems interesting. It's amazing how that always seems to happen. The moment I'm like, it seems like a break in the action. I can get up, grab a snack, all that. I'm like, never mind. This has got my attention.
Ooh, high security lockbox. Advanced decryption
Nice.
key.
Nice. Well, now I'm gonna go grab a snack. Something LBRB.
Yeah, no worries. As well use an auto dock to top off. Now, let's see if we can find our way up to that plateau. It sounds like there's more rats nearby. Sneaky raps!
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Great, got stalker raps now. Oh, brother. They were bad enough when they could just be really big or spit at you, but now they can go invis too. Okay, there's gotta be a way up to that plateau other than the funicular. Alright, I suppose at this point, the best option is just keep following along until I can find something that looks like a path. Having an engineering skill would be the quick way to get up there, but... Alright, this is where I got jumped earlier. Oh, great. Giant space crabs. Just gonna move on by. I don't need to engage. Crap.
Hit him hard! Revolve him ahead. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Is concerned for the commander's well-being.
I come back to you getting punched by crabs. Huh.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Interesting. How have you upset the crab people?
One of them spotted me and there was more in the area.
You know what? That's actually completely understandable.
Knew you had my back.
Resuming hostility.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Great. These guys spit too. Also, you might have missed it. We learned that they have raptidons that go invis now.
Often. Crabble.
Perhaps if I subjected it to a large amount of N-rays, then hit it with the hammer. Oh,
You know, like how
man.
you stole that
Welcome
shit
to my
right in
little
front of him,
slice
and
of
he's like, yeah,
paradise
whatever.
In paradise. I didn't hear you come in. I'm focused something fierce on my current project, you see.
Project? I assume you're referring to that crabble egg?
Well, aren't you the observant one? Yes, a crabble egg. I'm more than happy to tell you all the details of my project, since you asked.
Fine, let's hear it.
Like I was saying, friend, this here crabble egg is gonna make me a mountain of bits. See, crabble eggs contain carbon, oxygen, iron, and are each self-contained units. You know what else has all those things? Skip drives. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna make me a mountain of bits selling skip drives made from crabble eggs. I'm basically there. I just need to figure out the process of turning the eggs into skip drives. And I'll be off to the races.
Oh boy, having a dumb option with a guy like this. Wow, and I bet that would help you win the races too. You must be a genius.
Why, yes. I am a genius, aren't I? Huh. I can't expect most people I meet to be able to keep up with my towering intellect.
If someone's so obsessed, I'm surprised you didn't notice your house surrounded by crabbles.
It is? Fascinating. Did you see any unusual behavior? Any changes in crabble familial dynamics? Or the emergence of new evolutionary
Oh god,
traits?
I don't care what else you're doing. You have to pick the top one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Familiar? Yeah, sure. Fairly sure one was trying to adopt me. Had the paperwork and everything.
That is a physical impossibility. They lack the opposable thumbs necessary to sign paperwork. In
I
this
like
lab,
how
we
the
only
only
deal with
thing
the
you had
cold,
wrong
hard facts of
with that was the
science.
fact they don't have opposable
Yes.
thumbs.
They also just evolved opposable thumbs. Evolution and familial changes in one go. This is so exciting. Once I finish
God
this
damn
experiment,
it.
I'll head out to see for myself. Oh, and please take this with you. Just a small thank you for providing me with such exciting and useful information.
Well, I was looking trying to find another way up to the plateau, but that was a fun little discovery.
Yeah. Also, I guess now you're adopted by Crabbles. Congratulations. Just like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. If you remember the scene I'm talking about.
I never watched that show actually.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that is something you should try to watch a few episodes of if you ever get a chance. Even both my parents missed my birth. Yes, you heard me, both. Raised by wild ocelots. For the time being.
Okay, didn't find any route up to the south. Let's try the north now.
And one of my favorite ones is a platypus. Perry the platypus!
I mean, you guys already dragged me through the owl house. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point you and the others end up trying to drag me through that one as well.
I mean, they recently started season 5 at one point, but we have a lot of seasons to get through.
Yeah, at least these drones go down a whole lot easier than the wildlife do.
Hmm.
I guess it just goes to show just how thick and beefy the wildlife is here.
Just a bit.
Let's get him over with! Fastest way forward is through!
Okay, one thing I will say that I do like that they've added here. They show on the mini map where lootable bodies are.
Oh, that is nice.
That is a really nice quality of life improvement. Because, yeah. Anyone who's played Fallout or a game like this one probably knows the pain of, okay, I got into a really hectic combat scenario. Now to go and loot. Fuck, I can't find where the bodies went.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose no wonder there are so many here.
Okay, that actually looks really interesting. I just saw a short on a game called Grave Seasons. It's almost like Stardew Valley or other games like that where you can fall in love with NPC, but there's one difference in it.
Oh?
One of the villagers is a supernatural serial killer, type of thing. And it's randomized. So you could end up falling in love with the killer, type of thing. So yeah, that's why I'm like...
So it's basically literally Harvest Moon, but if you go and decide to go and have a romance, there's a non-zero chance that you'll end up unintentionally seducing a serial killer.
Exactly. Mind you, thing is, you still gotta find out who did it, but at the same point, while doing that, you could be like, oh, yeah, my boyfriend or slash girlfriend is the one doing the murder, and
And of course, it's like I said, it's random each playthrough. So, one playthrough you can have this one person be the killer, and the next same person is completely innocent.
yeah, like you can't just go in there like another season like it's I know it was you, motherfucker, because it's not necessarily gonna be them next time.
Agent Ibarra, you failed
Oh,
to
shit.
take your daily supplements
April
3 days in a
14th.
row. Vitamins are a vital tool in aiding wound healing and achieving your long-term health goals.
We've talked about this, Val. Ain't polite airing folks' private health information in front of others.
If oral capsules are not your preferred delivery method,
Oh, August
suppositories
14th,
may
but
be a
still.
viable alternative.
All right. I'll take the damn supplements. The normal ones. And maybe I'll examine your courtesy settings while I'm at it.
That's a random conversation I wasn't expecting.
You know, I like about this game description of it. After treacherous escape from jail, so apparently you also escaped from jail. So I guess I don't know if what you were in for or anything, but that's probably an interesting thing. Damn, that's an interesting.
Yeah. Plus, I think I managed to find my long way a trek up to the up to the plateau.
Ooh.
Sovereign Sweet Spire Grove.
No, Jackson, don't! Don't fret.
God.
With these boots, I can fly! Jackson! Jackson! Twitch your broken legs if you can hear me, Jackson! Jackson? Pal? Are you breathing?
Oh God, that seems horrible.
I was trying to
What's
find where the voices were coming from, and all of a sudden he just went and landed right in front of me.
Don't die on me, Jackson! You're too young to be a crater in the dirt!
About that.
Yeah.
Don't you die on me, Jackson! You're too young to be a crater in the dirt!
It's true though.
Alright, let's see. So, Nate, you know the game like Chained Together, that type of stuff, right?
I believe I recall seeing it making the rounds.
Well, apparently there's one where it's chained together, but you're in cars.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's voice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall?
No? I mean, sure, maybe. How do I check?
I'm pleased not to be the only one wondering.
Not the only one. How did you get assigned to a biological commodities assessment? Nope, never mind. That's not important. Stranger, friend, would you perchance be willing to help us? We've been stuck atop this machine since Ida, one of our new Protectorate acquisitions, had her gray matter scrambled by the height, jumped down, and landed right in its gears.
If she was scared of the height, why would she jump?
I can't fathom no sensible motive. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize.
If I were you, I'd be much more concerned with how you're climbing down.
There ain't no way off this platform besides jumping, and you've seen how that ends. But you being down there makes you uniquely qualified to help us. The reason Jackson tried using those plasma thruster boots was to gather a piece of machinery we'd spotted on a little table halfway up the spire.
It's a drive overloader. If we install it, we can push the platform's arm hard enough to... well, to grind old Ida out of the gears.
Though the power of that overloader will deluge the system and, well, overload the drive and burn it out all permanent-like. But desperate times and all that.
So if you were to use them boots to bound up the spire and deliver the overloader to us, we'd avoid the tragic fate of our 2 former cohorts.
So, take the boots, bounce up the spire, grab the gadget, and bring it to you?
Exactly!
If it's on the spire, why did Jackson jump into midair on this side?
Because he had no idea how science works and thought the word thrusters meant he could fly. So, when I told him to jump, he opted for open air instead of where I told him to go. They're experimental. We'd not laid eyes on them before, but the data we found with them says they were actually designed to let people hop their way up the spire. If you activate the plasma thrusters when you're already airbound, they could give you a fair bit of extra boost. It should let you turn a quick hop into a surprisingly grand vault.
Alright, I'm on it.
Thank the Sovereign... thank you, stranger. We are eagerly anticipating a long life utterly absent of starvation.
Yeah.
Well, there's the schematics you wanted.
Double jump.
So, yeah, double jump boots.
Oh, a nice in-game reason for a double jump.
Alright, another level up, another chance to put some points away. So, let me see. Where do I want to put them this time? Yeah, could put them into observation, because now the perk that I want for observation basically makes it so hostiles on the minimap won't be hidden by the shroud. You know, that whole the area outside my field of view, and have their facing shown, which should help a lot with trying to get the sneak up on them. Okay. So, we can take Xyranium absorption now. Let's see. Let's see. Treasure Hunter. Space Ranger. There's the one that gives me extra damage with my speech.
Yeah, that was a good series.
Mm-hmm.
Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear Star Command.
Ah, yeah, that's right. E.
Oh, I can't get Tracker right now. I need 2 or more total perks purchased. So, what? So that means the next perk I'll be able to pick that one up. So, let's see, Commando for the additional weapon slot. Bullet Shield for extra health and damage resistance. Reduce toxicity from the medical inhaler and an extra primer slot. Which one? Which one?
Good question.
Yeah, because I'm going over my list here. One of these things needs 8+ perks purchased, so that's definitely going to be a late game perk. For the record, it's one basically that makes it so shotguns and SMGs have an additional 50% armor pen. So I figure, shotgun is definitely good for dealing with some of those more armored types. I've just not been able to find a shotgun yet. So ignore the ones that need 2+ perks purchased. So it could be either the Xyranium absorption, which I haven't come across too much Xyranium yet. Sure, I already picked a point blank artist, so Space Ranger, Treasure Hunter. Yeah, I think Treasure Hunter is probably one that can get a little bit of overtime use, because basically having searching through containers can occasionally reward bonus bits and crafting materials. Okay. Oh crap.
Commander, you are dying, which is not advised at this time.
I do believe I just got saved from death by one of my teammates, which means, oh dear.
Yep, the best robot ever.
Yeah, but at the same time, that also kind of goes and uses up a consumable, and I'd rather save that for in combat.
Also, I noticed you had another character, Brula. What's that? It was on your save thing.
Yeah, that was just from a little bit of a character from a dabbling. Didn't go really that far with them. Hmm. Seeing a notification for something that I could discover using my observation, but I was kept on missing the mark. Crap baskets.
Remember, you are dying, which is not advised at this time.
It's true.
Platforming. They made it clear that the double jump is helpful for traversal, but doesn't do jack once you reach terminal velocity.
This unit advises healing yourself.
All that for some bits. Oh well. Might as well save. Do a quick save to not have to spend the and the healing items.
Makes sense.
Because yeah, that right there is one of the perks of putting points into observation. You can occasionally come across things in the world that you can only discover with the observation skill.
Oh, you're by our crop of Brachythecium retabulum. They're found in bandages and burn tinctures. If you don't have that drive overloader, ascending may be a waste.
it? It was that easy?
Okay, before lowering this... Ooh, advanced decryption key. Thank you very much. Okay, so you're taking the opportunity to scour around here for loot. Ooh, since I've got the band trade, I can regulate the drive overload to prevent it from burning out the system.
Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
Glad you're happy. And as a bonus, I also adjusted the system so it didn't burn out.
So, the platform still works? That's amazing! Not that we'll be going up in it again. For that, you deserve a little extra on top of your urgently improvised extortive rate. Thank you again for all your help.
Okay, let's see if we can get that funicular moving from here up top. Ah, there it is. I do a little save before I try and go down, because don't know how fast I'm going to be going down if I try and take it down this way.
Yeah.
And only just now I'm noticed coming down that there is what looks to be a something that could be seen as akin to a path upwards. Oh well. Because, yeah. Engineering is one of those skills that's locked away due to me being a dumbass. And at this rate, the sus one's gonna end up missing the whole damn stream.
People say I've been gone a while. How'd it go? Tell me you got good news.
I got the schematics, but your business partner, I'm afraid he didn't make it.
Why, that's terrible. But you said you have the schematics? I'll take those. What? Sovereign's finest potato corollary peeler? This was supposed to be a guaranteed bestseller. Who in their right mind would... Jackson, you idiot! Ah! It's a good thing he's dead, because if he wasn't, I'd kill him! There's no... damn it! I'm never getting that promotion.
I thought you were all marketing geniuses who could sell anything. Good chance to prove it.
This was supposed to be my easy path to a promotion. Must be something I can do to salvage this. Tell me, did you come across any other advanced protectorate technology while you were there? Anything more, well, easily marketable?
Me? Nope. Nope. Nothing at all.
If I only had something, anything else to provide management, my sad, sorry fate might have been somehow averted. Well, here's all I can spare in regards to your compensation. Try not to spend it all in one place. It's supposed to be categorically bad for commerce. In the unlikely event things somehow pan out and I get that big promotion, I'll see you're taken care of. Until then, take care.
Yeah, I'm not about to go and give up these double jump boots.
Cool.
Oh, I'm here because you can see pop in and see about meeting up with Inez. Oh, this is where she's supposed to be. Maybe after I finish the current gig. Okay. Well then, found the first flaw option. Kleptomania. You just have to have it. Doesn't matter what it is. But if it isn't yours, you want on it. You occasionally steal things automatically, but anything you've stolen sells for significantly more. Warning, this flaw significantly changes the experience while in settlements. Not advised for players looking for a relaxing experience in towns. So yeah, basically, if I take this flaw if I sell stolen stuff, it'll be give me even more bits for it. But I will just occasionally just grab things out without any kind of control or input on my part.
You do that anyway.
True, but I try and be somewhat somewhat tactical about it. You know, try and make sure that it's in spots where folks aren't when folks aren't looking. This will just happen automatically. I'm not looking on taking flaws on this first run.
This paradigm thing you people are always going on about, does it really improve your life?
Ask them defectors if they miss anything about Protectorate life.
10 bits, they said community.
Yep.
That's 700 and some odd meters south for this thing for Niles.
This stretch runs between Fairfield and the Eastern Forward Operating Base. North of here is an old abandoned chapel. Dang, I ought to be charging for information.
Boy.
A lot of barbed wire here. Must be the front lines.
Word is Milver Street is ordering a watch on the Protectorate survivors in Westport. Wants any changes or I hate that kind of work. Always sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't on my contract. Milver Street is offering bits rewards for anything of import we can tell them. But I do love bits. Come on, friend. Let's go set our lamps on something juicy from Milver Street.
Scout report.
Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is still out of order, sir.
Excellent. At ease, Scout. Glad to hear that they haven't managed to repair it, even if Command has temporarily put the actual fighting to a stop.
These anti-soldiers seem twitchy to you? Might want to sneak our way in.
So twitchy types, eh? Oh, lovely. The classic one is saying, these enemies are way too strong for you. And look at that title. Homicidally irritable employee. So, yeah, if I get into a fight here, I might be in a bit of a pinch. So I'm just going to do a little save. And do my best to be sneaky.
I tell you, this better not reflect poorly on my upcoming quarterly review. Because I took action on all my action items.
You go that way, I go this way. Crap, that guy's a boss, that guy's a boss. Oh shit. Running! Running. Yeah, I found Westport. Okay, stay in the stealth class for now. Oh great, more Kravels! This place has seen better days. And the Kravels have made a nest of this place.
This looks like the place. No, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point. Just hope he's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zed. You look... well.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
You're a doctor. You should know how important exercise is.
And who precisely are you? Another Earth Directorate cast-off?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I was Niles' commander back in the day. Briefly.
So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine.
We're working together to save Arcadia. A cause I assume you'd support.
That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead.
Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra? Fuck. It's all coming apart.
Maybe you'd like to rethink Niles' offer of help.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zed?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board.
I'm in if Niles is.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
I haven't found a way to reach the Vox station yet, so it might take me a while.
Then let's hope the ship also takes its time arriving, and that my friend's pain threshold withstands any attempts to soften them up for the consul.
I have some questions before I go. I'll be quick.
I'll answer what I can.
About your stint in mental refreshment.
Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds.
Okay. What can you tell me about your neighbors?
The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them.
By neighbors, I was referring to Westport.
Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for now, not even a crowbar could pry open all those shut eyes.
And how did the Protectorate doctor end up turning rebel fighter?
If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so small, claustrophobic, repressive. And my smoldering resentments became a full conflagration.
Thanks, that's all I needed for now. Okay, so need to get to the Vox Tower. Which means gotta make it to the auto mechanical repair center. A little fast travel to save some sneaking past the Crabbles.
What do you mean you're leaving?
Ship's over! I have a life outside this place, you know!
A life? Outside our lab? No. No. Audacious advances requires commitment. Absolute commitment! Rolling up my sleeves.
Well, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely gotta be the automech repair facility.
It does say gain access.
Yeah, because we're gonna need to finish this in order to gain access to that in that next area. Yep.
Who goes there? By orders of Marshal Donaldson, no one comes or goes to the Automech Repair Center without approval. What's your business here?
Step aside, I'm approved to enter.
Now you've done it. Slowing down a ranking protectorate official is worth 10, 20 demerits if you're lucky.
All right, let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. Your free pass. Marshal Donaldson likes to greet new arrivals personally. We'll let him know you're inbound, so no one shoots on sight. Oh, and fair warning, watch out for Zeranium gas. We sprung a leak.
Sounds serious. Everyone alright?
Nothing too bad, aside from the headaches, nightmares, missing teeth, and headaches. One more thing. Don't cause any trouble around these parts. Donaldson runs a tight ship and has zero tolerance for lawbreakers.
Okay. So, foot in the front door.
All that matters is getting these automechs to the Vox relay station.
But Marshal, we must adhere to decontamination procedures.
I need to save real quick before I interact.
What in the name of the architect? Oh, right. My guards told me to expect a new arrival, right before our chief mechanist decided to harangue me with the latest on our catastrophe.
Marshal, you're acting as though I'm not standing here arguing the impending doom of this facility.
Woodrow, normally I would be obliged, nay, to receive your senseless jawing, but not today. Perhaps this outsider can assist where you've failed. I hope you've come to help, because a crisis is bearing down on us, and I've a dearth of reliable hands with which to manage it.
I'm here to investigate your facility, see that everything's in working order.
Well, prepare to be disappointed. We've got a gas leak, if the color of the sky hadn't already informed you. Like you, me and my consternated head technician are new arrivals, though we may not last long if we fail to repair the Zeranium leak.
What can I do to make the situation worse?
I believe you meant to say better, didn't you?
Of course, how silly of me.
The Vox relay station needs our automechs, but until that leak is fixed, this facility is a target for the sport of Auntie's armaments. Delphinia Bryant is working on a prototype Zeranium shield. Whoever uses it will be less disposable and more useful to the Protectorate.
Can't make any promises, but I do like the idea of a Zyranium shield.
That's the spirit. You've got gumption, nerve, and daring do. Almost reminds me of myself.
Marshal, those automechs have been corrupted with uranium. I can't even cogitate on what they're capable of if we lack the time or resources to approach this rationally. Should they go berserk, we may well be turning the very subject you intend to resupply into their victims. We'd be branded as traitors.
Then perhaps you had better explain to Brigadier Montelli why his defenses are grounded. And you can do so personally, in the comfort of his office.
Montelli? I rescind my objection. May the delicate workings of the paradigm point us toward a better way.
There's a good fellow. Cleave to your loyalty, and it will never steer you wrong.
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Caught a piece of shrapnel during the attack.
Might be wise to give that large gas cloud a wide berth. Don't think there's anything to gain by getting near it.
But the doctors are withholding treatment to study my symptoms.
Sovereign's mercy. How do you feel?
Downright privileged is how I feel. Sick with pride, nauseous with courage, and chronically fatigued with honor.
Yes. Let's have a look at you. No signs of uranium exposure, or anything else novel or interesting, apparently. Another humdrum workaday ailment, no doubt. Nothing requiring my vast expertise, surely.
I could use medical treatment.
Certainly. There is a nominal cost for treatment to cover essentials.
Maybe another
You
time.
know where to find me. Don't have much to spare, but you're free to have a look.
Let's see. Another advanced decryption key. Gonna grab one of those. Huh. Extra damage resistance while crashing. Trauma kit. Okay, I definitely need to find that scientist with that Zyranium shield because yeah, that'll definitely help. No, that's the Marshal.
Oh yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now what is it you want?
You must be the scientist Marshall mentioned. The one working on a shield device.
Ah, our good Marshall sent you, did he? Well, unfortunately, the device is taking longer than expected.
I could always expedite your work in exchange for something in return.
Assist me, and you'll get more than bits out of the equation. You'll get a prototype shield gadget, the first of its kind. Now tell me, are you familiar with Zyranium gas?
Seems like a rather personal question for someone you just met.
Ah, quite. I could speak at length about Zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm.
Sounds useful. How's that coming?
Quite splendidly, if I do say so myself. The principal function of the device is confirmed operational. I merely need to work out some minor implementation concerns. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components.
I'd be willing to help if you need a hand.
Good, good. Wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished, so you be sure to give it your all. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray Zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense Zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions?
Does the gas need to be from the hangar? Wouldn't any Ziranium gas do?
Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, I'll want to work with local samples. Ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's of utmost importance that it work on the gas here, I'll be calibrating against that.
Yes, this is dangerous. I'm in danger.
Well, of course, obviously. To that end, I'd suggest choosing a cloud of lesser density for your collection efforts. Lower chance of near-instant death that way. If you suffer prolonged exposure, assuming you survive, see our local medical officer next door. She is highly preoccupied by the treatment of Zeranium-related maladies. I believe that covers all the necessary education for this particular assignment. Oh, so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo-shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo!
I'm getting flashbacks to helping Moira.
Not sure we should get any closer.
I think I will actually go and just to get rid of that Ziranium.
Run into trouble? No, don't answer. The indications are all too clear. Fortunately for you, you appear to have a fairly mild case. I imagine you haven't even noticed any symptoms yet. If you'd indulge me, I have a few questions I'd like to ask, for medical posterity, and so on and so forth.
Go ahead.
First question, can you describe the conditions in which you were exposed to the Zeranium?
I was collecting Ziranium for Delphinia.
Another assistant. Should have guessed. I suppose I should be grateful for all the data she sends my way, but I do wish Del would think more of her collaborators' well-being. All right, next question. How are you feeling? For instance, do your bones seem noticeably softer somehow? Have you observed any sterility on your way in? Or aching in your thyroid or spleen?
I feel reasonably fine, all things considered.
Well, good for you. Keeping a positive attitude can often aid your recovery. I wish more of my patients shared your optimistic disposition. As a token of my appreciation, allow me to provide you advanced Zeranium therapy of the highest possible quality. There, that should do it. Do stop back in if you suffer additional exposure. I would love, be pleased to act as your consulting physician again, should the need arise.
Right. So you mentioned Xyranium. Can you tell me anything about it?
Oh, gladly. I've rather dedicated my life to researching its unique form of matter. What would you like to know?
So what exactly is Xyranium?
Xyranium is a crystal. Even in its raw form, it generates energy. But once refined and stored in a quasi-gaseous state, its output increases exponentially. Xyranium is found in a liquid state as well, but it's far too hazardous and inefficient for our needs. Refined Xyranium is used to power nearly all major Protectorate technology. It's an amazingly efficient power source. However, it's also highly unstable and must be mined exceedingly carefully. Even minor bumps or jolts can cause Xyranium crystals to explode.
Tell me about its dangers.
Xyranium in its default crystalline state poses two risks. First, it's extremely volatile, exploding with an immense burst of energy if upset in any way. Second, Xyranium crystals produce a small amount of gas, which we think helps stabilize its crystalline lattice, but that's just a theory. In this gaseous state, Xyranium is quite hazardous, breaking down organic matter through a mechanism we still don't quite understand.
The dumb option. Nothing. I produce deadly emissions sometimes too, usually after eating Purpleberry Crunch.
I'm not sure how that's related, but I can confirm that the poison our foes peddle as sustenance can often have deleterious effects. The concentration of the gas is a critical factor. A person could remain in a light haze for several minutes, whereas a dense cloud can kill near instantly. Anyhow, I could talk about this all day if I let myself. Hope I haven't bored you unduly. Was there anything else I could help you with?
How do I keep from getting Xyranium poisoning?
Total avoidance is best, but try to get out of the Xyranium as quickly as you can if exposure becomes necessary.
I'll leave you to it.
My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks?
I've collected a Xyranium sample as requested.
What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Xyranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user.
Are we talking about a tossball field or more a cornfield?
A shield, you adorable nitwit. An enclosure. A personal encapsulation to protect your vitals. I require a component called a catalytic amplifier. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside.
You want me to slay a dragon?
Dragoon, you lovable dunce. And no, banish the idea from your absent mind. Unfortunately for me, our chief mechanist, Woodrow, wasn't enthusiastic about my proposal to gild his only combat automech. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier.
Tell me about this Dragoon.
Dragoons are a mainstay of our military. The design has been in production for decades. I had a model of one when I was young. All children did. You must have seen the large automech patrolling the interior grounds. That is the Dragoon.
What was the chief mechanist's problem with your request?
I'm sure he's just being cautious. Should Auntie's choice attack us, we don't want to be caught defenseless. No doubt he also seeks to retain an unspoiled automech, since the others are by now riddled with Xyranium poisoning.
I'll get you a catalytic amplifier, one way or another.
Good. A flexible mindset should behoove you on this task. Perhaps the chief mechanist will prove more receptive to your request. Failing that, be prepared to exercise creativity if needed. One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, Off you go. Shoo.
Yeah, at least not. At least this step, we're not purposefully irradiating ourselves again.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another sealant failure, amplifier requisition, and 2 more cases of uranium exposure. We're a mite bit busy these days.
You and Marshal Donaldson don't seem on the best of terms.
The Marshal is under a lot of pressure to deliver automechs to the Vox relay station. But I'm responsible for their quality control. If even a single automech steps out of line, it will be the end of me.
What's the worst that could happen?
Uranium-corrupted automechs open fire on Protectorate soldiers, and I end up in the darkest bowels of mental refreshment.
We wouldn't want that, would we?
No, we wouldn't. The Marshal is a good man, but he values speed while I value accuracy. Neither of us is wrong, but in this case, we both can't be right.
Yeah, Defendia is looking for a catalytic amplifier.
She and I have been over this 100 times. Please understand, the original staff of this facility were rounded up and refreshed because they couldn't safeguard a Protectorate asset. Why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working Dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? I can't. I won't.
There has to be some other way to get a catalytic amplifier.
If you're really so desperate, you can track down our second Dragoon. Damn thing wandered up the coast and hasn't been seen since. I'd have sent someone to retrieve it myself, but Dragoons are stubborn when their instructions are unclear.
If I just kill the dragon here and send you after the second one.
First, that would undoubtedly destroy the catalytic amplifier. Second, everyone here would turn their guns on you.
Compelling. Much to think about.
You do that. Good hunting. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Well then, I've got a missing Dragoon to track down and steal a part from. I mean, for what's basically an anti-rad shield, it's worth all the extra legwork.
Ready to waste them. On your command.
Commander, you are dying. We did not advance at this time.
Okay, that's one catalytic amplifier. Yeah, looks like the Cravels managed to take the thing down without damaging it. Hopefully. And I also just realized I got a bit carried away doing all this.
Hmm.
So I think after I turn in this thing, might be a good spot to put a pin in it for now and just come back and do some more tomorrow. And looks like this one did end up missing the whole damn stream.
Well,
Yeah,
closer to
which,
obtaining the
and
catalytic amplifier?
it says he's online now, but he hasn't responded to any pokes or anything.
Here's the catalytic amplifier you requested.
Oh, superb! I'm almost tempted to ask how you managed it. But pressing on, just a moment to remove what I need and install it in the prototype. With this gadget, you'll be shielded against more than Zeranium, you know. Damn near everything, as long as it's charged. Now, report to Marshal Donaldson, if you please. He's rather impatient to end this crisis so he can turn his focus back to the war.
Thanks for the shield,
Don't
Doctor.
thank me. Just doing my part for the sake of the paradigm, same as anyone.
Gas energy deflection apparatus. So, a gadget grants a temporary shield, protecting you from damage and hazards such as uranium. Activating it applies the shield, depleting it with damage taken or time spent inside a hazard. After a duration or enough damage to sustain, the shield will disable automatically. Reactivating the gadget while it's still active resets the duration and the amount of shield remaining. Ooh, and a level up too. Okay, so let's take a look at my notes again. Guess, let's see. Let me see here. I can wait on putting observation up more for now, so... Do I want to put more points right now into sneak, guns, or speech? Yeah, one to sneak, one to guns. Okay, with that, I think this is a good enough spot to put a pin in things for now. Because looks like there's still a little bit more exploring to do around this area before we go and take down this this repair facility. So, yeah. So, so far, I have been enjoying the Outer Worlds too.
Yeah, good to see.
Well, in the meantime, blah. I'm having a brain fart as to closing this out because part of me wants to keep going, but at the same time, I do have that little invitation to help out to join a few fellows for a much more openly destructive type of game.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be getting back into this more tomorrow, because well, the game's pulling me in. But then again, these kinds of games with this kind of writing tend to do so. So, thank you, Nickname, for joining me, and we must bap the sus for missing the entire bloody thing. And thank you to everyone who came by to watch. I hope you all had a wonderful time, and until the next one, take care now. Bye-bye.